Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to another video for Scraptember 2022. Today's prompt was to use stars, and I started with some mixed media. I am using some Dylusions Spray in Dirty Martini and in Lemon Zest. And I'm just randomly spraying it on here. I'm not really going for any specific pattern or anything. I just kind of want a mottled green and yellow, and then I'm adding a little bit of water to it, and I'm going to end up adding some more Dylusions in fresh lime because I want a little bit of a lighter green as well. So you're going to see that coming up here in just a few moments, but in the meantime I went ahead and cut this star cut file and this is a free one from Paper Issues, so I'm going to use that going diagonally across my page. And then I'm just trying to figure out which direction I like it with my photos and with the way that the background is sprayed. And that's when I decided I needed a little bit of a lighter green because it looks like my green is kind of going diagonal across the page already. So I wanted to kind of lighten up some of that and have a little bit more depth to it. So adding another green to it just kind of helps with that. And then of course, adding a little bit more yellow just to kind of finish it off. And some white linen Dylusions just splattered across it to kind of brighten things up a little bit. And I'm liking the way that that looks. So I do like some of the bigger splotches, and in order to do that I kind of shake it up and then kind of let it drip out of the bottom of the tube rather than holding it at like a 45-degree angle and tapping it. If you hold it more vertically you get some bigger drips. At least that's how it's working for mine. So I have these 4 photos of Noah. He is in a dinosaur costume, and he's just making some cute faces. So I wanted to make sure that I included those in his album. And then I backed everything with black, thinking I'm just going to go with this black with the black stars across it. And I like that the stars touch the tip of the mixed media paper so that it looks like it kind of comes in from the black border. They kind of all meet up at the corners, so it looks like maybe the mixed media is kind of like woven underneath it, if that makes any sense. And then I'm just using my Nuvo Deluxe adhesive to adhere that down really well because it's what I find sticks the best to the mixed media paper, or paper with mixed media on it, I should say. And I'm making sure I'm getting a good coating because I don't want any puckering or anything like that. And that kind of comes back to bite me a little bit because I end up not really liking it with the embellishments that I chose. And so I end up having to kind of change things up, and it works fine that I am able to change it. But I might have taken the black off and used white stars instead if I had thought about it ahead of time, or if I had the ability to. But since it was already glued down, I ended up having to leave the black. And then I am going to go over it with some white stars. And it actually all works out really well in the end because I really like that you can see a little bit of the black peeking out from behind the white. And that works well because it gives it some added dimension. And I no longer had the cut file open on my screen, so I could not cut it the exact size. And so that's why it ended up like that. But like I said, it worked out well because it gives that added dimension with the black peeking out. But I did have to cut the cut file in half to make it stretch that far. Otherwise, it was not as stretched from corner to corner. And then like half of the stars would not meet up. Which is okay because I couldn't lift my photos all the way off the paper either because they were put down with the Nuvo Deluxe adhesive. So it was only able to like pry a little bit up in the corners, and so that's why I ended up cutting the star background to kind of fit that, or to be able to tuck under with those white stars. And then I noticed there was a little black one sticking out at the top there, so I wanted to go ahead and make sure that had a little bit of white with it. And I'm liking that a lot better already. But I am going to trim down that black border, and I am going to mount it onto the white piece of paper that they had the stars cut out of the center, so that it has a white border all the way around the outside, bringing in more white. And I end up really liking the way it looks so much better. And the main purpose was because I really wanted to use those acrylic pieces that you see off to the right hand side there, that are from MK's Some Assemblage Required Etsy store, and they're dinosaur feet basically. And they just didn't show up really well on top of the black, but they show up great with the white stars behind it. So I am so much happier with the way that this turned out than how it was just with the black. I thought I was going to have to redo my entire layout, and then I ended up coming up with this idea of just using the white stars on top. And I actually was on a call with MK and was asking for her opinion as well, and I think we both agreed that the white would help it out. So yeah, I'm just using some, let's see here, I'm trying to remember if those are Zots or glue dots. I think that's Zots Bling, the little mini Zots, and I'm using those to adhere the acrylic down. I find that works the best, and because they're not porous, like the liquid glue doesn't work as well. So now I'm trying to decide if I want to use any of those other stars from that cut file to place anywhere else on the layout, and I kind of just decided I didn't want to use them. I think it has enough on it. And then I'm using these black and white thickers, and I'm going to have the title say Dino Lover, and I'm keeping it pretty simple. And then I'm going to tuck in some labels on the right hand side by the upper part of the right hand side there, so I can just write a little note of journaling down. I thought I was going to use that frame there with some white paper behind it as one of my journaling spots, but it's a little bit big for what I want, so I do put the white paper behind it. I don't end up using it, but I did leave that part in the video just so you could see, you know, sometimes our plans change midway through. And it does have a black and white stripe, which I thought matched really well. But I'm having to kind of pry the photos up a little bit to kind of get it in there. And then I realize it's like too much white. There's way too much going on over there. So I don't use it. I end up pulling out an Ellie Studio stamp. And the stamps are called Star Label stamps. First I thought I was going to use that Elizabeth Craft Designs one, but then I remembered I had these ones from Ellie Studio that has stars on it, and so that's what I end up doing. Unfortunately, I didn't get the best impression, but you know what, it worked out fine because I end up tucking in the part that is not quite a solid impression of ink. So that is it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Go check out everyone else who's playing along today with Scraptember. All of the links are in a playlist down below for you, and you'll see all of the videos that have been posted so far for Scraptember. So go and check those out and leave everybody a little bit of love. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them down below. I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. I don't respond daily, so I apologize if I don't respond right away, but I do read all of them and I do respond. So thanks for watching. I will be back again tomorrow with another video. Bye-bye.